What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. And today I'm at Freeman Lake. I'm gonna be playing with the worst disc ever made. At least that's what Google says. This Stego by Reptilian Disc, it's not supposed to fly at all. These numbers are pretty crazy. This is maybe 100 feet. That's actually not that bad. That was my first ever throw with it, and I didn't throw it super hard. So why would someone call this disc the worst disc ever made? I think a lot of it boils down to it has no glide, and it's pretty much a cinder block. But that can be good. Certain conditions, certain wind, you may need a cinder block and don't want to be throwing very far. So here's the game plan for the video. I'm going to throw this on every shot for 3 or 4 holes, and at the end I'm going to give it a rating 1 through 10, and I'm going to let you know if you should bag it and what I would use this disc for. I can already tell you, I feel like it's going to be a trick shot disc. Just kind of get out of trouble shots. You're not going to throw this very far. Maybe if I talk nice to it. It's okay, Stego. It's okay. You're loved. This is a safe space. Oh man. 306 feet to this basket. Plays probably 340. Pretty good uphill. Would not be throwing a Stego here ever, but today we're gonna throw it on hole 1 probably 4 times. Oh wow. That has no glide. So that is crazy. I just ripped that shot, I don't know, probably at least 280, 300 feet worth of power, and it went maybe 100. Oh, this is gonna be a fun disc. I'm gonna try a forehand roller next. I'm gonna try to like throw it straight. Oh man. Like, didn't even make it to the ground, man. Subscribe! That's insane. I mean, it did roll. It just rolled away from the basket. I'm gonna try to putt it, and I'm gonna try to putt it like I normally putt, and we'll see. This may be what it's used for. Like headwind putts. Fairly no wind today at Freeman, so it's really a good time to kind of see what this disc does with no wind. That's actually not that bad. So if I had hurricane force wind, I could putt that and it would essentially be the same as putting a cinder block. That's where we're at. It should have been called a cinder block. All right, I'm gonna try to go up and over this tree. This could be a bad idea. It just goes nowhere with all the effort. I tried to put that on a spike hyzer and it just went into the ground. I don't know what this is used for yet, but I have a feeling, I've got a shot planned that I think that's the intended use. That's what I bought it for. Hopefully I can use it for the shot that I'm thinking. Stick around. So far, this is living up to its name. It's the worst disc ever made if you're expecting your disc to go farther than 100 feet. I'm gonna try another spike hyzer because that's really the shot here. I'm gonna try to hit this gap with it and get to the basket. The basket's kind of hidden down here to the left. Let me move the camera so you can see. So now you should be able to see me and the basket. Gonna throw high spike and just try to get it to the basket. I'm gonna actually try to throw it like flattish. That's actually not that bad. It almost turned into a thumber from somewhat flat, but I'm getting a theme here. That's kind of what Stego's gonna do, I think. It's like straight up and down. Not real bad, really. I've got a putt. I don't know that my putting style will save me here. I mean, I kind of push putt, so that actually means I could putt this disc relatively straight, but I'm still gonna kind of err on the side of a hyzer, I guess. It's like throwing a paint can lid. That was like 40 feet. Paint can lid putt. So far, I haven't really found the use for this. Maybe headwind putts, because I putted that and it pretty much like went nowhere but into the basket. My putting style really suits this because I kind of push putt. So there's no rotations on the disc. It means that the disc is gonna go fairly just straight. If I was to get any rotations on it, it doesn't care. It's not gonna flip up. And putting into a headwind, it's gonna pretty much wanna go to the ground. It's been the theme. This is probably the worst hole that you could throw this disc on. Could be my last video with it because it could get lost here. So 300 feet dead straight. I normally throw a wizard here, so I don't know. Let's try it upside down. What better time to try an upside down shot? All right, bear bite may need to check that out. What's poison ivy look like? So far, man, the Stego really doesn't want to fly. Worst disc ever made. It's kind of living up to that reputation right now. I haven't really found the shot yet that I would use this for. Like pure headwind, low ceiling. I always throw a little more overstable in this kind of situation, unless I'm no wind, and then I'll throw a nose up float with my wizard. But just for science, let's try to throw Stego on a little bit of an ante straight at the basket. I think we may have found the shot. So far, it actually flies better upside down than it does right side up. That's like a tilt. Now I'm gonna show you the shot that I thought I was gonna buy the Stego for, the thumber roller. Most of the time, a thumber roller wants to go to the lid, but the more overstable you throw, it will go the opposite direction. So if you throw a thumber roller with a tilt, it'll actually cut roll to the left. That's what the Stego's doing. Maybe on a hillside. And finally, the last test, the last shot for me is gonna be like the grenade style. I'm just gonna throw a spike hyzer, but this should be so overstable that I can throw it on hyzer and it stands straight up and down. One of the only situations that I would use this disc would be to get up and over things, because on a hyzer, it actually acts almost like a grenade shot. You can throw it on a slight hyzer and it'll actually turn into a straight up and down grenade style shot without having to do the grenade grip and flipping the disc upside down. Otherwise, I think it's gonna be a great utility disc for those like 40-mile-an-hour wind days where it's super windy and you wanna kind of throw a disc at the basket and know that it's not gonna go too far. So who's the Stego really for? Players that throw a lot of baseball style shots, people that throw a lot of thumbers and tomahawks would probably love this disc because it's gonna pretty much stay vertical throughout its entire flight. Anyone else with kind of a normal arm, you're not getting this past 140, 180 feet. It's going straight to the ground. Sometimes that can be a good thing for upshots and headwind approaches, things like that. With all that said, I'd say the Stego lives up to its name as the worst disc ever made. As far as giving this a rating 1 through 10, I would give this probably a 2. There are some uses for it. Do you throw a Stego? Let me know in the comments below what you use this disc for. I'm genuinely curious. This disc has its place. It's a fun like trick shot disc, something that you can kind of fool around with, maybe in a strong headwind or hurricane, tornado. Those things aren't safe, so don't do that. Do it at your own risk, whatever I'm supposed to say there. If you're enjoying the channel, here's a video that YouTube thinks you may like from me. Have a great day. Stay in the fairway, guys. Don't buy a Stego.